Hey guys, Papa Pete back in today, another episode of Old Guys and Old Games. Today I'm going to be looking at a game that's actually developed into one that I'm very anxious to show you. Quick time out before we start this video. I made a couple of mistakes through it I want to correct right now. So I talk about the pronunciation of the name of this game. Is it XOR? Is it XOR? I have learned after the video was all done, it is XOR. So if you're looking for this game, it's called XOR. And the other thing is something I made a mistake through the whole thing, and I did put a little note in there, but is the two shields are Magus, which is correct, and it's also Questor. It is not Quantum. I don't know where I come up with Quantum. It's just good Q word, I guess. So it's XOR, and it's Questor is the character. So on that note, back to the original video. It's a recent release from Intellivision Revolution, one of the 10 games that they released at PRGE just a couple weeks ago. Currently, it's either available in the Intellivision Revolution store, or if not there, check out eBay. Rev may be selling it on eBay instead of in the store, but anyway, the name of the game, as you can see over here, is XOR. And I'm not sure if it's XOR or XOR, but I call it XOR, so I'm going to go with that. If it's wrong, I apologize. But I guess it is what you call it. The game's the game. But this is a very historic, really, game. It was first made back by 1987-ish by Paul Carruthers and Ian Downand. And it was released on systems like the BBC Micro or the Spectrum, was it? The Spectrum, yeah. And, it's got quite a following from back in the day. Matter of fact, there's a website where you can go and you can learn all kinds of things about this game. And there's many people around that really love this puzzle-style maze game where you have to overcome obstacles to collect all the different masks from XOR. So it's really quite interesting, and one of the best proponents of this game who brought it to the Intellivision is somebody who is very well known in the Intellivision Homebrew community and the Intellivision community in general, and that is decle. Decle brought this game over, started in about 2019, porting XOR over onto the Intellivision Homebrew scene, and now we finally have the labor of his love in this physical release from Intellivision Revolution. Really interesting game. Like I said, it's a maze type game where you try to collect masks under a certain number of steps, which is like a time limit. When I first saw this game, when we were doing the videos and announcing the game, the different titles being released, it didn't stand out to me. But while I was at PRGE, Steve Jones, who from Steve Jones Box Company, who you're all familiar with, I'm sure, creates all kinds of box art for these homebrew games. He said to me, this is a game you want to take a look at. Look into it. It was made by decle, and it's a lot more than it looks at first glance. And this is very true. I got looking at this game, and then actually, after discussing it a little bit, showing it, I got a message from decle, and I've been discussing the game with decle over the last few days. And I'm really intrigued and really impressed by the depth of this game. It's very simple at the start, but it's very complex and challenging towards the end. So without any further ado, I'll talk about that maybe a little bit more, but let's get in. I'm going to play just some of the simpler episodes here, simpler mazes, just to give you a feel of the game and of the really great ambiance set in the game with the music, the controls. Everything is spot on in this game. But I've also might give you a sneak peek of some of the more difficult things that are to come later on. And you never know, in the near future, I may even do a more in-depth video on this, because like I said, there's more than meets the eye to this title. It really is a complex and fun game to play. So without any further ado, let's go on and let's play a little bit of XOR. Alright, here we are in the ultimate flashback. We'll start XOR up here. Great box art, as you can see right there, from Steve Jones, of course. As always, I love this splash screen from Intellivision Revolution, this year's splash screen. Beautiful, and I love the title screen for this game. Sort of haunting, huh? An original puzzle game written originally by Paul Carruthers, and like I said before, Ian Downand is how you pronounce it, I believe. Again, for the BBC Micro, for the Spectrum. With the Intellivision port by, well, I mentioned not only decle, but it's also by Holst, who I'm not familiar with. Of course, I speak with Decle. I see a lot of Decle's things. Decle did some amazing things for the Intellivision, like reverse engineering almost. So he has created emulation simulations of things such as the keyboard component, different programs. You can watch the entire the French lessons that were on the keyboard component because of work that Decle's done. He's done reverse engineering and shown the way the play cable would have functioned, which is very interesting. I hope to learn more about that in the future and maybe bring some of that to you, which would be absolutely fascinating. Yes, it's the games that we all know, but it was the way it was done back in 1982, and he's created a scenario where you can actually see the way it would have looked to the people who were using it back in the day. It's really quite incredible. Anyway, once again, okay, you got your boxes by Steve Jones, your manuals by Mark Thompson. Phil Boland did the overlays. The overlays are really nice right there. I can adjust the sound of the sound effects, or the level of the sound effects, or the music. And the music's amazing in this game. The ambiance in this game is just as impressive as the gameplay itself. But anyway, and thank you to Rev for bringing this to us in a physical component, which saves, by the way. It has a save in it, of course. So, all right, let's move on and play a little bit of XOR. Now, there's 3 different campaigns per se in this version, and that's for schools, which is a very simple one composed of 7 different mazes to solve. You also have it went the wrong way. You have the main campaign, which is 14 different maps. The difficulty starts off simple and it really ramps up to very difficult. And then finally you have Procyon's mazes, which is 15 different mazes, and it's from the 1989, it says right there, Amiga release. And the original game there was called Prospector in the Mazes of XOR. So cool. Is it XOR? I don't know, maybe it is. But I'm going to show you, just started off real simple this time to show you some gameplay. We will go through options. In the options, you can adjust various things. You can listen to all the different music samples, of which there are many, several different tunes in this game. You'll see when I get playing the game how they come up. Adjust the sounds and stuff. That's the option. So we'll go back to the very simple one. We'll go in, and within this there are 7 different mazes. You can see where this first one has an unlock lock up in the corner. So the first 3 are always unlocked, and then you have them locked from then on. So every time you unlock one or complete one, it unlocks an additional one. And again, it all saves, so it's great. Let's go back to the very first one though, and I'll just show you real simple what you're looking at on the screen. Here we go. And you start off with 2 different shields. They're characters represented by shields. And you have Magus and Quantum. And I'm going to start off with Magus. You can see it's got an M on it. If I hit the top side buttons, either side, you can switch your characters at any given moment. So I hit it. It cost me a move, but there I'm on Quantum now. So pretty cool. Pretty cool. You have 2 different things. You can die in this game. I'm not going to die in this first level, but so what you see there is your object is to grab all the masks. You can see there are 84 masks for me to grab in this level. You have a timer there which actually counts steps and movement. And it's at 1999. It started at 2000 when I switched men. That cost me 1. So that's also what your score is based on. You try to reserve as many of those as possible to get the highest score possible. The next one down below it, you can sort of see it on the overlay down below. You can actually do an undo button that backs you up 10 moves. And you can do that 5 times in the level if you need to. I shouldn't need to in this one, but believe me, you can trap yourself. And you will need to do that in higher levels. So without any further ado, let's move around. You can see also right below my shield are 2 sort of different looking maze-like items. And what those are pieces of the map. So there's 1 piece, there's 2 pieces, and I can see what those look like now. If you look at the map, all the white that's coming up and scrolling up through, up and down, that's showing where the masks are on the map, and those 2 flashing symbols are where my 2 men are on the map. So I'm going to switch back over to the other one, and I'm going to grab the other 2 pieces of the map. Again, this is the first level, so Magus is down in the lower right hand quadrant. So I'm going to start grabbing masks now, and I'm going to try to keep the moves to a minimum. All you do is run over them, no problem. And again, I'll say it again, this is a very simple level. Good. I'm about to have a cat fight here as well, so that's always extra entertainment. Move around, grab all the mass in here. And now that right there, that green door is an exit, which I can go out once I've collected all the mass. Well, I'm going to move up one more, and I'm going to switch men out. I'm going to go to quantum, and I'm going to start collecting the mass here. I am in the upper quadrant, upper left-hand quadrant. I could go around with just the same one, but it will probably use more moves, right? Now, here's another little feature. Like, see how I'm right off to the side? I can't really see much to my right. If you hold in the bottom button and the disc, you can slide over so you can look and see what's around you. It doesn't cost you moves. It just lets you see it. It's very important, not so much in this particular map, but in more difficult maps, you got to use that feature so you don't run yourself into a trap. Or basically trap yourself into a place where you can't move. All right, so I think I've got them all in that quadrant. I'm going to go down to the lower quadrant. A few more here. Back and forth. I've got just one mass left. Is it way over here? There it is. So I've got all the mass. The doors will open up so I can exit. I'll actually switch men because I know I left the other one right next to the door. And out we go. 1711 might be a new personal high score, so that becomes your score. The number of movements that you have left becomes your score. So great little music. The music during the gameplay was pretty cool too. You see I got a green mass up top, meaning I completed that level. You could even enter, and again it saves, on the physical version. Uh-oh, the cats are going to have a battle here, so I just put the P in because that's fine. For now, I'm going to move over. I'm going to play the second level quite quickly because there's a few other features in this that I want to show you. Little things that make it more difficult. And we'll start right off by... I'm going to show you... Oh! Coco's going. Coco went. Coco goes. Coco makes a lot of noise. And trickles down the basket. So I can go up here. Those blocks right there, you can only enter them in the direction that they are rotating, or not that they're rotating, but that they're facing. So I can go down in that one, and I can go over left into that one, and then I can get those two blocks. But that one that's going sideways below me, I can't enter that spot. So it's kind of neat. You got to sort of work your way around. And if you look, I don't have any pieces of the map yet, but you can see my X down below that shows where Magus is. I don't know why I want to call him Magnum, but it's Magus. All right, I'll grab that piece of map, and you look, there's Quantum right there. I'm just going to switch characters. I'll grab that piece of map, and I can scroll right up and do this. Right on. I'm going to work with this one for a little while. Again, I can go down here. Nice. Now that is a fish. I guess it's a fish. They call it a fish. That's fine. And what it does is it falls and stop. Whenever you move it, push it out of the way, it'll always fall to the bottom. Basically, they're just obstacles. You got to make sure that you don't put them in a position that blocks you from completing the rest of the game, or getting all the mass. So in this case, I'm just going to push it over into there and go around it. There's some more mass, and here, this is interesting. As I go through here, it's going to drop one like that, and I'm going to go back and I'm going to put one that way. And I put the other ones down lower, and it's fine to do so. You'll see shortly, but here I'm going to go, oh, look at that. So what I can do is I can push that over, and that opened up those mass for me. I can get around it this way. Oh, but I got to get back out because it's a dead end. Looking down at the map, I'm in the lower quadrant, left-hand quadrant. I'm going to use my look button to look around. That doesn't go anywhere, so I'm going to go look over this way. Oh, but look, I do this, I can get over here. And I get down and get all these masks. And go back up here and just push that one out of the way. So I've got them all cleared out. This is a little tricky. He went right to the bottom. Perfect. So I've got that entire lower quadrant cleared out, I believe. We'll go down, we'll go over to this one. There's a duck. And the duck does almost the same as the fish, except for it goes the whole way to the left. So when I go up by, it'll go way over to that spot, which is fine because it'll open up this one for me to get it. You can push those around too, because for example, when I do this, it's going to sort of block me in, but I can push myself up and he automatically moves over to the left when I get to the top. Got that section cleared out. We'll go over here. Nothing over here. I don't know why I went down. I just wasted moves. Here, the fish would fall if I took that block out, so I'll just leave it there because I don't need it to go anywhere. I'm going to go down here. I can go up, down to get the mask. I think there's some over here. There's one there. Alright, so what's this one going to do? There. Now, let's take a look at this. I'm going to use my look button to move it over a little bit. Oh, no, it won't move over a little bit. I can move. Let's go up here and take a look. Oh, look at this. Okay. I'm going down in and get all these first. Got them. All right. So let's look up. All right. I'm going to grab this. It's dropped the fish down the hole, and now I grab these masks. Now let's take a look down in here to see what it did. I can still get to that door if I need to. Let's get in here and get these. I only got 13 left to get. Very good. Slid in, get all the masks without hurting anything. Now, I got to go up here. There's a couple masks here. This is interesting. I want to trap myself. Let's just drop these guys out of the way. So now I could push him over. He'll fall down and I can drop and get the mask. Now, can I get back out of there is the question. I believe I can. I can get right back down this way. Not going that way. Or I could just switch back over. How many do I have left to get? I got 5 left to get. I'll switch to Magus here. And I got to see, they're all in this upper spot, right over here, not far away. There they are. All 5 that I need are right here. That's it. Ding, ding, ding. I got them all. I just got to find the door and get out. I think there's more than one door in this place. There it is, right there. There's a door. And I'm out. That's it. Beat the level. What's my score? 1410. So that's pretty cool right there. I've beaten levels 1 and level 2. You've seen some different items that I have to use to manipulate to get into the mazes. I'm going to show you one more maze, and then maybe I'll give you a little sneak preview of what you have to look forward to in some of the later, much, much more difficult mazes. But first of all, okay, I'm not even going to enter my name, but you can, and it will save. I'm not even going to go 3, but 3 was open originally. Now, look, we have 4 open and 5 open because I beat those first 2. 6 is still locked. I'm going to go back to the one called Robbie. Let's see if you can figure out why it's called Robbie here. We're going to go in. And this one introduces a couple different things. There's only 37 masks to find. But you can see those items. Those are bullets. And there's also a bomb there in the lower corner. So, there, I got a piece of the map. Look at that. Does it look familiar? I dropped that fish on the bomb. It blew it up. I'll grab this mask. Another thing blown up, and it opens up pathways to get to other areas. So let's just go over here. That's all sealed off. We'll throw a fish on that bullet. Look at that. Oh, look at that. Open it right up. And there's a section where I had a whole bunch of masks to get. I got more sections up there. Look. Oh, I can't get in there yet. I'm going to go switch men here to quantum. And if you take a look, there are all the different map pieces as well. That's pretty cool. All right, so I'll grab the maps in a second, but this is strategic. If I do this wrong, I won't be able to finish the map. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to push the fish over onto that that bullet. It doesn't destroy the map pieces. I'll still grab those. But what it did is it opened up a spot. This is, I can see it's up at the head. It's Rob the robot. So there's where Robbie comes from, right? And now I'm in the upper body. And same thing there. I get down. All these is in the hand. Whole bunch in there, including a duck. Oh, but there you go. I didn't move out of the way, so I died. The duck crushed me. So can I get inside there, though, is the question. I think I can. I still have one man, as long as I can finish it with this man. Oh, see, I'm losing points, so I have to circle around. Oh, I want to go that way, and I'll tell you why in a moment. Circling back around. I just got to get inside there. I got to get that open up. There's the hole to get in right here. And when that duck that didn't get out of its way, when it went the rest of the way, it hit the bomb over there and opened up that hole down below. So, oh, it was almost by accident because I should have been looking ahead with that. But only 4 left. Can't get out that way. I got to get out of here. Right there. And there are four right there. And there's the door. But I can't get out the door either. But there's a bullet and there's a duck. So I'm not going to get trapped by the duck this time. I'm going to get the blazes out of the way. Perfect. Grab the last mask. And out you go. So that was right there a little bit more of conniving and figuring how to use the different elements to open up the places to get to where you wanted to go. But still, I am playing very easy levels. It gets much more complicated. So at this point, let me give you just a quick sneak peek at some of the things you have to look forward to when you play this game. All right, let's see what we do here. How am I going to do that? Oh, that didn't take long to die. I guess it gives it to the other man. How do I get that guy now? My guess is I don't. Oh, both dead. Wicked. Razor's Edge, look at this, it's got dollies there. Okay, so what do I do here? I gotta get out of here too somehow. So I gotta get, maybe I move that up. Or I go this way, look at this. Oh, that didn't work the way I expected. That didn't work the way I expected it either. Okay, will I blow it up? It didn't blow up. I don't know how to get out of here. I don't understand. Where did everybody go? I'm trapped. Switch men. I'm trapped again. That didn't take long. Man, this game is hard, but fun. Well, guys, as you see, it does become significantly more challenging later on than what I showed you in the earlier clips that I played. So again, very, very deep game. Very impressed with this creation by Decle, one of the great minds in the Intellivision community right now, bringing back to life so many things from the past and doing fantastic games like this. This is something else. So much more than what I originally noticed when I first saw it as it was released. Let's get back to the other screen Here we go. Yeah, so make sure you check out Intellivision Revolution store. Thank you to everybody who's involved in bringing this game to us, including decle, of course, including Rev from Intellivision Revolution. If it's not in the Intellivision Revolution store, be sure to check for it on eBay, because Rev sometimes sells them on eBay as well. So anyway, guys, I hope you had a little bit of enlightenment when it came to this game. I know that I sure have over the past few days, and I really appreciate it very much now. It's a wonderful thing. The Intellivision Homebrew community is certainly very, very strong. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for joining me here on Old Guys and Old Games, and until next time, you take care.
Papa Pete, the old ass gamer. Papa Pete, the old ass gamer. If you haven't grown up by the age of 50, you don't have to.
Hey, it's Steve Jones from the Steve Jones Box Company. You're watching Papa Pete, the old ass gamer.
What the hell?